God bless you.
God bless you.
Yes. Now that we've had our communion, let's remind ourselves of our vision. A group of people without a vision will certainly be wandering around and will perish. So at Ethereum Mission, we have a vision. So let's remind ourselves. Ethereum Mission vision call is a statement of faith. Its message directly appeals to the soul and empowers it. In it is embodied the Ethereum Christ vision which states, see the good and the divine in yourself and in all of life.
Yes.
Life is at Congress working for our highest good and the good of the universe.
Yes.
We are here as conscious and active participants in life's efforts to establish the kingdom of God, which embraces all of humanity irrespective of their race, their creed, or culture here on earth.
Yes.
We are the divine expressions of God, determined to make this happen through the practical applications of our Christ vision, which adjusts us to see the good and the divine in ourselves and in all of life.
Yes.
We declare, knowing it to be true,
Oh, yes.
that our lives are good.
Amen.
Our good is getting better.
Yes.
And our best shines. We are here on earth to do God.
Yes.
And to be gods of truth and love. And so we are.
And so we are.
Yes, we are certainly here on earth to do God and to be gods of truth and love.
Amen.
Especially on this day.
Yes.
We carry on with our service. And today, our vigil minister is combining as the one giving us the teaching as well. Yes, in the person of Sister Efua Asantua Ahoga Adofia once again. Yes. Yes, I love that name, yeah. She will be giving us the teaching for us this morning, this special day as well. So we allow her to give us another song that will invite her into the mood. And then right after, she mounts the podium. So over to you, our video minister.
Thank you, Brother Samuel. God bless you. Can we please sing hymn 252? Christ is born. We'll do the first and the last verse, please. Christ is born this day within me.
Christ is born this day within me. Let all come forth with great joy. 2.
Christ is born this day within me. Let all come forth with great joy. He who sang creation story,
Let him sing
Young
this glorious day.
Come and worship, come and worship, worship Christ the newborn King. Come and worship, come and worship, worship Christ the newborn King. Sins before your altar,
resting, looking clear beyond all forms.
Suddenly you see your own Christ descending.
To abide with you.
oh, come and worship, come and worship, worship Christ the newborn King.
Oh,
Come and worship, come and worship, worship Christ the newborn King.
God bless you.
God
bless
You indeed have come that your Christ will be worshipped.
Yes.
Come and worship.
Come and worship, worship Christ the newborn King.
And we know after today, our lives will be the celebration for this season. God bless you. So, my Christmas message is entitled, first, Happy Christmas, everybody. And the title of my message is, Your Cosmic Christ Value. And I themed it, Your Reason for the Season. Your Cosmic Christ Value. This season most of the times, we'll say, is seen as a season of expenditure. Some of us, maybe not Ethereans, I don't know. But sometimes, I have been guilty many times. You are in your overdraft to the last pound, or your credit card is over the limit. Sometimes during such seasons, you are even allowed to use it. They are very conscious. They allow you to use over the over, awaiting a higher bill in January. Or you've taken some loan because you think that this is a season that you must spend. So the expenditure is going on. It becomes a season where confusion also happens. You see, because after you spend so much and it's done, then confusion comes into your head. And I always say, it could be the reason why sometimes some of our resolutions are not even achieved. Because you go into January with debt, and you are feeling like, oh God, and you are telling yourself, I would do this in this year, I would do that, I would do this. But at the back of it, something is draining you. An activity, an action is placing you somewhere that you don't want to be. There's family confusions. Where family must sit and talk, there are confusions because nobody's happy. And there's this story. I know that it's been sent to me, but yesterday I was talking about it with my sister. When people asked this question in January, they said, how many months? Normally around the 10th of January, people ask, how many months are in January? Oh, how many? Actually, he said how many weeks? Well, my sister said how many months? Because they get to the 10th, they are thinking it's 1 year in the whole of January. And especially those who are paid at the end of the month, like 31st. It's the most longest month, in the life of many of us. Is that what the season is about? And when I also decided to check the divorce rates in this country with the top law firm that handles divorce cases. I'd love to read this to you, please. Permit me. I was surprised to the bone. It says, it was from Stowe Family Law, UK one of the top divorce solicitors. It says that the day is the first Monday. The day divorce rates are high in the UK. I don't know about other countries. It's the first Monday after the new year. It says, when you are back to work. There's a lot it says about what happens on that day. So the Monday that you return back to work, that's when most people call to say, I am getting divorced. I am leaving my partner this day. And we are told that 12 to 10. So 12 women call in and 10. So the ratio is 10. So more women call in than the men. You see, and I thought, wow, this is such a powerful season. Has been used wrongly, if I'm permitted to say it. This is a holy season. Or have you become like me? And I'll tell you why it's a holy season. I just remember this. Have you become like me, where you now want to tell your children the truth about Santa? You want to reveal some truth that normally, many years ago, you don't want to say that. But now you want to say that Santa is in the pockets of mom and dad. You see, are we at that place? Are we using the season for the reason of the season? This is a holy season. It's a holy season because we can tell from nature. Great mystics over the years have been able to tell what really happens during this time. The earth, we're told, moves away from the sun. We know that most planets revolves around the sun. So the sun as itself is a life force. Anything that gives life is life, isn't it? So the sun gives life to other planets. But during this season is the season of planet Earth. During certain days within the month, before the 25th, which is today, the earth tilts itself to receive less of the sun. And on this day, the Christ day, it moves closer to the sun. So it is getting every energy of the sun on this day. Hence why most ancient mystics were told to be born around this time. Many gods and goddesses, like that of the Romans, Saturnalia, was born on the 25th, it's said to be born on the 25th of December. Many sun gods are also born around this time. I want us to capture the season, the reason for this season, that something magical is happening on the planet Earth. It is receiving life. And if it's receiving life, that is, it's receiving energy. And you see, energy is in raw form. How are we tapping into this energy? We know about other gods like Mithra, which is the Iranian gods of ancient of gold, who was also born around this time. If you go to ancient Egypt, they also have their Isis, who was also born around this time. So great gods and goddesses are said to be born around this time. So what does it tell us? Something is happening around this time. And when energy is flowing, it depends on how you use the energy. And that's what, you see, we are the awakened ones, the anointed ones. We are the Christ, and that is why we are here. I am so pleased in my heart to see us here. Because normally on 25th, you would think that, because of the nature of how transportation is within United Kingdom, you will not find your own. But I tell you, I am grateful for your presence because you know the season. The Etherean knows the season and it's here. We are being birthed with an energy. Are we using this energy right? Are we going to use it? You see, because if it's in raw form, energy can be in your electricity, so you get light, you enjoy. Or you can choose to set fire with the same electricity and burn a human being. How are we using this energy that life is flowing through us? Because it's in raw form. But what the day is that indwelling every person on planet Earth is the Christ. And on this day becomes the opportunity to birth this. Because if energy is flowing, it means that you're supported in every way to become anything you want to become. If you could see what is happening with your physical eyes, then if you can see beyond your physical eyes, then you can see that a magic is happening. And when you can see, if you can't see the magic, you can tell by the nature of how the earth is revolving round now towards the sun to tell you something different is happening. And I must place myself at that place. And the topic was, your cosmic Christ value is the reason for your season. In this period, our great example is Jesus, isn't it? We told about the birth of Jesus, that there was someone who was pregnant. Mary was pregnant, virgin. She was a virgin who was pregnant and gave birth. The virgin that the Bible was talking about is the divine consciousness of God in every soul. Indwelling you is the perfect, untainted consciousness of God. You are a cosmic idea. And during this season, you are pregnant. You see, something inside you sometimes wants to show. It wants to show to be more. You see, we are coded with the nature to be more. And this season is when you feel that. But you see, what comes in is the omni drive around the season, where you want to feel valued. Hence, the number of things you want to buy to show off. You want the world to see your class. As for you, you are this. The birthing state is taken wrongly to something else. Not the birthing state, my correction. Your pregnant state. The pregnant state is that idea, you see, seeking to birth itself. Bibi shewumu. And wants to come out. Something inside you wants to birth itself. The God peace within you wants to show. The God love within you wants to show. The God harmony. This is the period that they seek to show forth. They seek to blossom. But because of the omni drive, this becomes, I'm better than. And these are times that people would want to show others they are better than them. So people would destroy other people's light. The truth is that if you haven't lighted your candle or your light, and you dim my light, yours will not show. If you dim my light because you just want me not to shine, yours will not show, because yours is not lighted to be seen. But when you light your light and I light mine, we become the reason for celebration. And this becomes a rippling effect on life. Because you see, when the light shines, it shows the way. Light shows the way. And this season too is a season that this birthing must happen. And when the birthing happens, you are whole and complete. You become the Christ made revealed. Christ just means the anointed one. And we know that in all of us, we are anointed. Because the Bible says in Genesis 1 that we were made in the image and likeness of God. It wasn't only Jesus. So if we're all made in the image and likeness of God, we are all the anointed ones. And if we are the anointed ones, then it means that we have the capabilities of the Christ. And all things are possible unto us. I remember, Jesus is the example. So for today, let me use Jesus. And I just want us to take us through some 7 powerful things when Jesus discovered that, what is it? So if I can get this reading right, in Exodus, I don't know if anyone knows it on top of their heads, where it talks about, I am that I am. When it was inquired, I am that I am. So this was Jesus, and we know that when Jesus was on the planet, the Bible talks about him growing in stature and in wisdom. So Jesus did not come here to play it small. He did something about himself to grow. So he got to the point where he could embody this God idea, which is in Exodus 3:14. And it says, I am that I am. And you see, I am that I am now speaks deeply to me, and I'll tell you why. It could have been, I am this, I am this, something. But it says, I am that I am. I am that until he be, I am. You see, so I am that whatever you see in life, you are. And that is all this is telling you. I am that, my sister Gloria, I am. I am that I am. So this brings you to oneness. This is the holy name of God. And most ancient mystics call God the I am. Because that's the holy name of God. And when you come to this place of I am that I am, you see your oneness with life. Because you are that you are. You see, it's like, I am that whatever it is. The plants, the animals, the waters, that I am. So there's no separation in the consciousness of you when you embrace the holy name of God, which was revealed to Jesus. And when Jesus had embodied this, these were the 7 things I'll quickly share with you. And he says, when he had embodied I am that I am, then he started using it. I am the bread of life. John 6:35. You can do the reading later. I am the bread of life. It reads more. What bread in life do you eat that doesn't finish? There is a living bread in all of us that the world is seeking us to feed them. The world is asking of our life bread. The life bread. So it's like, I would feed you regardless of what you do. And that's what Jesus was saying. I am the bread of life. I am the living bread. I would give you life. No matter where you are, I would be the nourisher of your spirit until you awaken to your Christ consciousness. I am the bread of life. I would feed you. You know what? Nothing that you would do to me would shake me. I am your bread of life. And that was Jesus' first thing he shared. And then when he shared that too, then he says, I am the light of the world. John 8:12. I am the light of the world. You see, light shows way. So Jesus was saying he is the way. Hence why he had the conviction that I am the way, the truth, and the life. Because your life is the light that leads people to God. And he says, I'm the light of the world. You see, light leads way. In this season, are we making our lives in such a way that when people see us, they want to come to God? We are the light that is lightening the path of humanity. We shine and everyone wants to be in that light. And when they don't have the light, we give them our light. We become the God light for humanity. And then, when he had embodied that, we went on to this. I am the door of the sheep. I am the door. Jesus said, that is in John 10:7, 9, and 10. He was talking about being the door of the sheep and the breath of life again. The door leads it shows the way, isn't it? It means that he's an ever-opening presence. His life can be entered in and entered out. He is always there. Oh, this Christ consciousness must now be awakened in us, where we become the door of life. You see, the sheep can be very naive. We know that. You know, when you have the sheep, I've never read a sheep. When one moves, all of them moves with the sheep. You know, the direction, and I have seen this also on air sometimes, where, on Facebook, sheep is crossing the road, and other sheep are crossing with it. You know, you ask yourself, when one jumps, all jumps. And I'm wondering, what? You know, so he says he's the door of the sheep. So it means that even if you are naive, even if you are silly, even if you are what? I am your door. I am ever open for you. My presence sees nothing. I am your doorway day and night. And that's what Jesus was seeking of us. And then when he has said he is the door to the sheep, the nature of the sheep, then he says, I'm the good shepherd. So he's the good shepherd. It means that he is non-judgmental. The good shepherd sees the good and the divine in all things. The good shepherd means I would not criticize you. I would not condemn you. That's why he had the eye to say to that adulterous woman, neither do I condemn you. Go and sin no more. In the Christ mind is no judgment. Because in all are units of life. And when your light is this powerful, you call for the light in others. And I think there's an Etherean, when you're baptized, there's something you say, that by the perfect example of my life, others follow. I can't state the exact thing because I said it when I was very young. And then this one, he says, I am the resurrection and the life. So in this day we are resurrected. In this day we are connected to the energy of the moment. And we are the resurrection and the life. Life finds us life. I don't know if I made sense. Life. The whole universe. In us. In Auntie Sybil. In Auntie Felicia. In Auntie Kate. Finds life. Life finds a resurrection of its power, of its goodness, of its pureness in this day. I am the resurrection and the life. Oh, the Christ power within you now awakens. And this bit that I had talked about, I am the way, the truth, and the life. So you becomes a part to everyone. And this last one, I love it. And that was the seventh one declaration Jesus made. I am the true vine. I am the true vine. You know what the vine is? The branches hold on to the vine, isn't it? The branches of a tree, the leaves. It's the vine that keeps it, isn't it? So if it says I'm the vine, it means that I give life. My life gives life. My thoughts gives life. My feelings gives life. I am the vine. It means that I would learn so hard on the spiritual path that I shall grow and have nutrients enough that anyone who shall come close or shall be on the leaves of my vine, I shall be that nourishment, that power that keeps them forever. And with Ethereans, I always say, you're lucky to have a vine that is forever seeking higher ways to grow us. In this moment, if we connect to the Christ power, we would know that we have known that we are the Christ breath and the Christ glorified. On this note, I say, God bless you. God bless you. If we can continue with him, getting ready for our healing moments. 1 second. Hark the herald angels sing. Just we'll do the first bit and then we get ready for our healing moments. 254, sorry.
Two.
The herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, golden sing. Joyful, all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the sky. With angelic voice proclaim, Christ is born within my soul. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Okay.